Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Speak feature in AndBible. So here I have a passage open in the Braille Standard Bible, and if I go to the main menu, I see there's a Speak option, and this allows us to choose some options for when we want the app to read us the Bible. So we can have it read chapter changes, titles, and even footnotes. We can change the read speed, and just for test here, I'm going to go ahead and speed this right up. And we can choose a range that we want to repeat. This is useful if you're trying to memorize a Bible verse. For example, let's memorize Matthew 1:1 to Matthew 1:2. So now we have a range set here. And if we go ahead and navigate to Matthew 1:1, Matthew 1:1. And if I go back into the Speak feature, at the bottom, I can now hit the play button and it's going to start speaking. It's going to be quick, and my text-to-speech engine that I have on my phone is poor, so you can disregard the roboticness of the voice. And we'll note when I hit this play button that it's going to repeat Matthew 1:1 through 2 over and over.
The genealogy of Jesus. This is the record of the genealogy of Jesus Christ. The genealogy of Jesus. This is the record of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, Isaac the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers. Matthew chapter 1. The genealogy of Jesus. This is the record of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, Isaac the...
Okay, and you'll note that when I hit pause, a little bookmark icon popped up next to the verse here. So if I tap on the verse, we can see that it created a Speak bookmark. And that is a setting in the speech settings. I'm going to hit this gear at the bottom right to go into the settings. And I'll show you, I have that enabled currently, which is not enabled by default. So this automatic bookmarking is set. If you have that set, whenever you stop speaking, it will leave a bookmark there, so you can always come back and start speaking at that exact spot again. You can create multiple speech bookmarks by, if I hit stop here, and I go to a different passage, let's just say I go down to Matthew 1:5, and now I go to Speak again.
Salmon was the father of Boaz by Rahab, Boaz the father of Obed.
And I stop this. Now I have another speech bookmark, so I have multiple here. This is definitely useful if you're trying to read different books of the Bible at the same time. You can hop back and forth between those bookmarks simply by tapping on this bookmark icon in the bottom left. So now we can see we have two different bookmarks here, and we could just choose the bookmark we want to start speaking from.
Salmon was the father of Boaz by Rahab, Boaz the father of Ob by Ruth, Ob the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of David.
So that's pretty useful. Down at the bottom of the screen, you have your play, your stop. You have a fast forward one verse at a time. So you can see when I do that, it forwards up one verse. And it can also forward one chapter at a time. So you can forward as you're speaking even.
The mission of John the Baptist. The temptation of Jesus. The Sermon on the Mount.
And when you're reading the chapter titles like that, it can be quite nice to try to skip between the chapters and get an idea of what is in each chapter. So going back into the settings, there's a couple other things I wanted to highlight. That there is a sleep timer. So if you wanted to have it stop reading after a certain amount of time, this could be definitely nice if you're just relaxing and wanted to read and you do drift off to sleep. It's not going to read multiple chapters and get you way ahead of where you want to be. In the advanced settings again, we can see that we can turn off the option so that when it is reading, it will not follow the speech. So I can come back here and start speaking.
The Sermon on the Mount.
and I can
When Jesus
go
saw the
and
crowds, he went
navigate
up on
to
the mountain and
something
sat down. His
else
disciples came to him, and he began to teach them, saying, The Beatitudes.
while it's still
Blessed are
reading.
the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be
So
comforted.
that can be
Blessed are
quite handy as well. Back into advanced settings just one more time. We can replace the divine name with Yahweh. The playback settings, so the speed of the playback can also be saved in those reading speech bookmarks. So that way, if you go back to start reading a different book that you were reading in the past, you can have that reading speed saved for that specific bookmark. So definitely some good information here. There's a tutorial video you could watch if you needed to see some more examples of how to use the bookmarking feature. One other thing I just wanted to point out too, if your phone has text-to-speech, which is required for this feature to work, you can also just select any random text, click the three-dot menu, and choose Read Text.
purple, crimson, and blue yarn. He will work with my craftsmen in Judah and Jerusalem, whom my father David provided.
So, and that will just use your built-in phone's text-to-speech. Again, mine is very poor, so you can disregard that. And before we finish up this video, I did want to show you that you can also access the speech controls
Therefore, a craftsman skilled in engraving
while it's reading.
bronze and iron, and with purple,
If I swipe down, I can have a notification here where I can skip ahead, I can pause, continue, and also on your desktop, you can add a widget. We have some Bible study widgets, which are quite nice. So we can choose this one here. And then if we had bookmarks, we'd be able to choose those bookmarks and start playing. Here, it just picks up wherever that Bible is currently set. And you can tap here to add a sleep timer if you'd like. So that's pretty much it on the speak feature. Definitely check it out and give it a try. If you have any suggestions or feedback, definitely drop a note in the feedback option in the app menu down here. And if you enjoy the app and you find it useful, definitely please do sponsor the developer.